something that I forgot to mention in the previous video about BFTB. Now, you already know I stated in my last video that BFTB said it was an absolute fact, not that he heard or it is said. No, he said it was a fact that Terence Crawford was uh, completely knocked out by Brian Norman Jr. when they sparred. Uh, People from Team Crawford say, it was good work on both sides, but there's this thing floating around that Brian Norman Jr. Hurt Terence Crawford to the point of knocking him out. All right, no, he wasn't there to see it. So how could something be a fact if you weren't there to see it? Some people base facts on stuff that somebody else told them. You can't say something is a fact if you yourself didn't see it. Otherwise, even if somebody tells you something definitely happened, it's still speculation to you because you didn't see it. That's just what it is. But also, another thing that he said that was a lie was that Brian Norman Jr. has been struggling to knock people out. This is what he said on one of his lives. He said Brian Norman Jr. has been struggling to get knockouts, which is a complete lie. As you can see right here, that Brian Norman definitely is not struggling to knock people out. Okay, I'm not sure where he got that from. Where is he getting his information? But clearly, that is a lie. Okay, he has 24 wins with 19 wins by knockout. So if that's struggling to get knockouts, man, I mean, beats the hell out of me. I must be missing something. All right. He said he was struggling to get knockouts. Brian Norman's last fight was in January. He won that fight by unanimous decision. But before that, the kid has got 5 straight KOs. 5 straight. And one of those was a straight flush knockout in 2020. So before his UD that he had earlier this year, Brian Norman Jr. has 5 straight knockouts going back to 2020. So he was on a 5 knockout streak. He was on a 5 fight KO streak before this year. So where does BFTV get that information that Brian Norman Jr. has been struggling to knock dudes out? That is what he said out of his own mouth. I don't remember which video. It was one of his recent lives. All right, but why is he saying this? As if nobody can go back and verify it. Reason he's saying this is kind of like to discredit Bud, to make Bud look weak, to make Bud look soft, to make it look like he doesn't have a chin. And in a video that I made yesterday, when I was talking about Carlos Adames, which Bud sparred likely at a smaller weight class, but Carlos was clearly the bigger guy. He was hitting Bud with some good shots, and I didn't see Bud get knocked out. I didn't see him get hurt. And all of these guys have around the same kind of KO ratio. I don't know. I can't sit up there and say they have the same. Nobody has the exact same power. That's almost impossible. But you could argue the fact that Carlos Adames hits just as hard as Brian Norman Jr. Okay, when you got dudes with 70, 75-ish, mid-70s KO ratio, that's pretty good power. And Errol Spence is in that category. Carlos Adames is. Terence Crawford is. And Brian Norman Jr. Because they're all welterweights. Except for Carlos Adames. He's a middleweight, 160. And he probably walks around much heavier than that as well. Absolutely. There's no probably, he does. He walks around, I would say maybe 190. I would give it maybe 190 something pounds, maybe a little heavier. So that is something else that he lied about that I forgot to mention in the video that I previously made. But as you can clearly see, Brian Norman has not been struggling to get knockouts. Clearly a myth. Where they get these dudes from, man? Anyway, it's your boy Rebel Life Boxing. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.